The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Bill Grande.
This piece of legislation costs zero. We're going to pay for it all by raising taxes on the very wealthy and big corporations, which is favored by 70%.
I got to stop you there. It doesn't cost zero. Whether it's $3.5 trillion or $2 trillion, or $1.5 trillion, whatever, it costs that amount of money. Now, you can pay for it either by borrowing it, or you can pay for it by raising taxes on corporations and the wealthy, but it doesn't cost zero.
That's right. I mean, to say it costs zero is ridiculous. It's like buying a car and you go borrow the money and to pay for the car. And I say, oh, the car cost me zero. Well, you borrowed the money. So it didn't cost you zero. I mean, it's ridiculous. And this idea that you're going to tax the rich and pay all the $3 trillion deficit this year. And by the way, we had a $3 trillion deficit last year. Our country spent $3 trillion more than we took in. I mean, you could grab 100% of anybody's income over $1 million. Say you went and everybody had made $1 million. You grabbed it. It would take about $816 billion. That's all you'd get out of it. It'd be a take of about $816 billion. So if you went after everyone whose income's over $1 million, you have a pot of $816 billion, and our budget deficit $3 trillion. So how does that help you? That's ridiculous. It just sounds good. We got to get those rich. We got to get those rich. Remember when Maryland did that? Maryland created. They had a communist, a socialist governor. Same thing. We're going to get those rich. We're going to get those rich. Vote for me. We're going to get those rich. How'd that work out for them? They lost $257 million. That's right. They said it was going to bring in 106 million. People moved out of the state. They were down negative 257 million. They were short money from the previous year by 257. They lost. It's crazy. You know, 40% of you take 40% share of all income or their taxes paid on income of 40%. That doesn't make sense either, does it? That doesn't make sense. All I know is that the rich, they pay 40%, okay, of the taxes on their income. So whatever their income is, that's a lot. 40%. What do you want to pay? 80%? 90%? That's crazy. If you do that, people can, I mean, why would they have the incentive to invest, take risk? It makes no sense. So if you're going to tax people 40%, and that's what they're talking about right now, capital gains of 40%. You know, capital gains, when Kennedy dropped the capital gains tax, Reagan dropped, and Clinton, when he dropped the capital gains tax, he grew the economy by 5%. The first thing he did, Clinton, he listened to all the left when he first got in office in 1993. And he said, let's raise the capital gains tax. The economy grew by 3.2%. That's it. But then when he, in 1997, Clinton, he cut the capital gains tax from 28% to 20%. The economy grew by nearly 5%, 4.8% compared to 3.2%. When he hiked the tax. It just makes no sense. When you lower tax and you give people incentive, they're going to do things. But if you take the incentive away, what good is it for the country if you don't have entrepreneurs? Same thing. Like every time the government gets in trouble, which they are, They have deficits, historic debt. What do? They start selling treasuries to the folks who have money saved in the bank. Now that's stupid because now all the money that's in the bank, they move out. People who have money in the bank, they get very little interest, hardly any interest at all. They take their money and they shift it to treasuries. Now, guess what that does? That hurts the economy. It's called crowding out. Because with less money in the bank, banks raise rates on it. They have to, because they have fewer dollars. They can't keep rates low. All of a sudden, they have no reserves. So to hold their reserves, they raise rates. So the guy who's, let's say, has a restaurant, and he decides he's going to add on to the restaurants another 40 seats, and he's going to hire 5 people, and he goes to the bank, and all of a sudden, the interest rates went up. Why? Because the government came in and said to the folks through an auction, I'll pay you more in treasuries than they're going to pay you at the bank in interest. So people shift their money out of the banks and they lend it to the government. So what does that mean? That means the person who has a successful restaurant who's going to expand it, create more jobs, gone. And an entrepreneur decides he wants to do a startup business, same thing. Startup business is the backbone of our nation. He goes into the bank, and all of a sudden interest rates are too high because he was crowded out by the government who raised money by, again, targeting those people who have money in the banks. That's crazy. It's unbelievable. But, it's not about budgets. It's not about raising money. It's about how the left just love going after successful people. Just going after successful people. That brings me back to, over the weekend, I was thinking about how it is just crazy that we gave up these pensions and how stupid it was. You talk about taking incentive away from people. Think about the pensions compared to the 401k. The 401k is the dumbest idea in the world. It all came about by greed. And I'm going to go over today with these hidden fees. You always hear about the 27 hidden fees. And I'll explain that to you. And people bought into the worst plan ever, the 401k. Why? Because of the match. And they have no idea. They don't really get the match because it's the hidden fees that takes your match away. It's like, the shell game, or pick the right card. See, pensions were really good. Now, but the thing is, the pension plans and the benefits they gave, they weren't free. See, everything right now they're talking about is free. They're going to give everything free. Free college, free this. Everybody's seen what happens to free. When you give free housing, within a year, that beautiful building's a slum because it's free. They didn't work for it. Give somebody a car. Why do you think most rich people, instead of buying a car for their kid, makes them work for it? Because he'll appreciate it. He'll take care of it. Pensions were not free. You worked for that pension. We became the #1 industrial nation in the world because of pensions. Because we had to work hard to get a pension. And none of it was free. Now, if you compare a 401k to a pension, you have to wonder, what the hell did we do? We destroyed our economy with these 401ks, all out of greed, which goes back to Hillary Clinton. But I'm going to give you today these fees that nobody thinks about. So on one hand, they say they're matching you. But when I tell you about the fees, no, they're not. They're taken away from the other hand. What are you, nuts? We'll be back with more.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Saturday, October 9th, live from 12 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. Learn how to short stocks with Phil Grande and Steve Celeste at philsgang.com. There is no doubt that this market is overbought and will take the path of least resistance, and you want to be ready when the stock market crashes. Don't get caught like in 2008. Make sure you know how to short stocks. Go to philsgang.com to sign up for the most important financial webinar that Phil's Gang has ever done. You'll learn order entry, stops, understanding inverse ETFs, and much more. That's Saturday, October 9th, live from 12 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern, and it's archived for 2 weeks. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Go to philsgang.com and register to learn how to short stocks before it's too late.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Pick your words. Say them again.
It is an investment in the roads and bridges. It is an investment in the public transit. People in our nation won't have to drink water from lead pipes or go to a fast food parking lot to get high-speed internet. And so just so we are clear, we are not going to raise middle-class taxes to pay for it.
What an idiot. They picture it, they create a picture, an optic, where everybody is drinking water out of rusty pipes. Everybody's running to Starbucks to hook up for internet or to McDonald's. This is insane. This is insane. The market's down again today. The biggest destruction of this economy were when you took the pensions away and replaced them with a garbage 401k. That's what destroyed this country. Because in doing that, they were able to unlink, if you will, or unhook labor from unions. So unions were no longer there helping labor to get their fair share of the bounty with their hard work. The market is down again today because they don't like what's going on. The market, it's almost human. It knows this bill is incredibly stupid. We paid, think about it, we spent $3 trillion more than income last year in this country. Another this year, same thing, $3 trillion. Where's that come from? You're going to get that from the millionaires? As I said earlier in my opening, you can take everybody who makes $1 million, take all that money away from them. You're not going to collect $1 trillion. It's just ridiculous. So the economy, the market is down again because we have consumers that are not happy. Their confidence is down. No wonder their confidence is dropping. When you have 7.5 million people who are losing their $300 a week extra unemployment check, because remember they're getting one from the state, this is from the federal government, their confidence goes down. When they now have to pay their utilities when the government sent them a check, or when they didn't have to pay their rent because the government sent them a check, their confidence is down. And when their confidence is down, they don't spend. And spending is 72% of our economic growth. Look, I told you for over a year now that this market is going to have the biggest crash ever. And we're getting so close right now. You can see what's going on. Look at big tech stocks. If you don't believe me, the big tech stocks are getting hit. Look at Apple. Everybody buys Apple. Look at it. My color-coded chart turned yellow back on September 9th when it was $155. And it gave us a warning to start selling short Apple. And then it turned red. So we're selling short Apple. Now, if you think about Apple, if you're a gang member and you bought Apple at $125 and got out around $149, that was around a 19% gain. Now you switch your position. Instead of go find another stock, you switch your position from purchasing Apple to selling Apple short, just like flipping a switch. So now you're up 5%. You're up 19% buying it, 5% selling it short. Once you can do that, I'm begging you, once you can do that, where you're in a stock, and when that stock starts going down, and with great confidence, you can say, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to make money on the way down. You've got to get to that position. That's how you are successful in the stock market. You can't be successful in the stock market by buy. There's two sides to the market. There's the buy side and the sell side. But for almost 100 years, they've always made sure you never sold anything short. They scared you to death not to sell short because Wall Street doesn't make money selling short. You don't pay commission selling short. They make money when you buy something. So this Saturday, we're going to prepare as many people we can for this market correction or crash so that people can get to that point where with the same ease they buy a stock, they have the confidence to sell a stock short. You're going to learn how to identify when you get signals in advance, especially our color-coded chart. You're also going to learn what takes a market down. What do you look for? And if a market starts going down, does it mean you sell everything? No. There's 11 sectors in the stock market. You got to know when a market crashes or corrects, you got to find the sectors that have relative strength. That sector is relatively stronger than the ones going down. People make the big mistake. When the market goes down, they think they can hide by going to buy Kellogg or Clorox or Pepsi or Coca-Cola. What are you, nuts? This Saturday from noon to 3, and if you can't make it, that's fine, because it's archived for 2 weeks. So you don't have to be there. You are going to get an education on what do you do when this market turns against you, whether it's just a simple correction or it's a crash. You're going to learn things about, okay, should I be in a stock? Gold stocks? When do I get in gold stocks? When the market is crashing, is that where you should be, gold? Or should it be silver? Uranium? Or the market starts crashing, should I go and I buy Coca-Cola? These are the questions we're going to answer. These are the things we're going to show you. So you can finally get out of that position that 80% of you lose money in the market. We've got to get you to the 20%. It's only $75. Please sign up, philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out, tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead.
My name is Steve Celeste. I am the Director of Education at philsgang.com. Have you ever wondered how the big guys make money on the way down when the market's crashing? Well, I'm going to tell you why. They know how to short the market. You have to go to our webinar, though, this Saturday, October 9th, from 12 to 3.
Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, we're talking about our country. We were the best country in the world because we produced more than anybody else when we had pensions. They got rid of the pension and introduced 401k. That's when people should have learned how to sell short the market. 85% of people lose money in the market because they don't know when to get out of that position and then switch and turn around and make money as it goes down. We are, believe me when I tell you, we are going to have a correction. If you think the February 2020 to March 2020, that 31% was a correction, that is nothing. But you should be prepared, regardless if we're having a correction or a crash, you should be prepared to understand the market better, to understand it so that you know when to take the positions where you're making money as things are going down. What is wrong with making money when things are going down? You should be prepared for that. You should have that knowledge. We're going to give you that knowledge. And we're going to give you that knowledge on Saturday, the knowledge of the market. Most of you don't even know the market, what it's even about. You just listen to these people, these dopes, and you follow them. That herd mentality. Pensions were a benefit, and they were not free. Nothing's free. 401ks aren't free. Nothing's free. This bill is not free. We became the #1 industrial nation in the world through pensions. because you worked hard for the pension. It was an agreement between the employer and you, the employee, where the responsibility, please listen to this, the responsibility in a pension was on the employer, the CEO. He had the responsibility to choose the investments that went into the pension fund. He had to choose them for you, for your retirement plan. He had to make sure they were performing the best, that there was, so that you would have adequate income when you retired. You'd get that monthly check without losing sleep. That's what the pension did for you. Made sure you had adequate income. How'd they do that? They insured it. By the government insured it. Think about what they did for their employees. Their deal was, I'll sign a contract with you. If you work hard for me and you produce a great goods, great quality, so I can be competitive with price, I will make sure that you will live the same lifestyle, retired, as you came accustomed to while working. I'm going to ensure that you have adequate income and that you will live in retirement and do not have to worry about running out of money. We're going to make sure, because we're going to go to Congress and ask them to pass the Pension Benefit Guarantee Program, so you're covered with insurance. So I'm going to give you the best manager. I'm going to pick out your investments for you. You just work, because you know nothing about investing. I will have the best pension fund manager, and by the way, he's not on a salary. He's not on a salary. He's on an incentive basis, so he works hard. There's a beautiful fiduciary relationship between the employer and the employee and the fund manager. All that changed by these same guys that you think are wonderful who gave you a match. I love people who say, oh, I can't leave my 401k, I got a match. Well, let me think about that for a minute. If anyone's going to promise you every dollar that you put in, he's going to match it with $1, wouldn't you say he's a wonderful person? He's compassionate. He's compassionate. If anyone said to you, stopped you on the street, said, you know what? What's your name? Bill? Hey, Bill, I'm going to give you every dollar you put away for retirement. I'm going to give you $1. You go, I just met this compassionate man. Well, let me tell you what these compassionate men did, these CEOs. In the late 60s, in Mexico, they were increasing the number of assembly lines. And they started a program called Twin Plant Programs. Soon, companies in the United States, to save cost of labor, the CEO, the guy who gives you the match, the CEOs who are involved with transistors or radios or auto parts, sent them to the factory in Mexico to assemble over there, because it was costing them, we'll use today's dollars, $22 an hour to assemble in the United States. When they sent it to Mexico, it was 3 cents. I'm using today's dollars, 3 cents. Soon, the motivation for CEOs, driven by greed, because what happened? Hillary Clinton, when she was a socialist when she got in office in 1993, just like AOC, and she said CEOs are making too much money. No CEO should make $1 million. So what we're going to do is clamp every CEO to $1 million. But what they can do is make money when the stock rises. Because if they perform, the stock will go up, and they can make money on increase of stock increases through options. Wow, what timing! Soon, what happened? CEO said, "This is fantastic. We're going to start outsourcing everything, because look at the money we can make as CEOs." And that's what they did. They started to source out everything. All through East Asia countries, Taiwan, China, South Korea, Malaysia, including Mexico. Soon, the greed, these nice people, these compassionate people, you say the reason you stay in the 401k is because they give you money. They give you money. They match you, these compassionate people. So they turned around and they decided, you know what? we're going to cut these pensions. We're going to get rid of them. Because now we don't need these people assembling. We can assemble our stuff everywhere. Soon, the 401k. So they started to outsource everything. They decoupled the unions from labor. You didn't have that protection. And soon, the pension, a defined guarantee benefit plan with insurance backed by the government, was gone. These nice people. They replaced it with 401k contribution plan. The 401k, let's talk about that. It's the only product Americans buy that don't know the price of it. You don't know the quality of it. You don't know the dangers of it. There is no standardized investment education program for people and companies. They make sure that doesn't happen. And guess who's responsible for choosing your investment? You. It was shifted from the CEO and a pension fund manager to you who know nothing, to you who knows nothing. You are in charge of your own investment. Result, no more guarantee that there would be adequate income for monthly retirement checks. The reason. What do employees know about choosing investments for their 401k? Then 401k managers, unlike pension fund managers, are losers. They're terrible. They're salaried. They are salaried people because they have they have little knowledge. Most of them end up switching from 401k managers. They go selling annuities, the annuity racket. So the funny thing about all of this, okay, the government would not insure 401ks through the Pension Benefit Guarantee Corp. They said no. Because who's picking the investments? The people themselves. Who's the managers? They suck. Then what they did is when they got these 401ks, the fees were outrageous. Now think about it. They made sure there was no standardized investment education. The CEO shifted the responsibility from him to you. They cut any kind of guarantee of income. There's no insurance. And you think you're going to get a match. Well, let's talk about that match, how it really works when I get back. Join my gang. Free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead.
My name is Steve Celeste. I am the Director of Education at philsgang.com. Have you ever wondered how the big guys make money on the way down when the market's crashing? Well, I'm going to tell you why. They know how to short the market. You have to go to our webinar, though, this Saturday, October 9th from 12 to 3.
Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back. The market is down again for good reason, because they're destroying this country with more giveaways. Now look, I want you to think about this. Everyone in the 401k. The same people who destroyed your pension, which, remember, it was guaranteed, it was backed by the government, they took that away from you. They left you with this garbage called the 401k. These same people who outsourced your job to cut labor costs, to cut your benefits, especially the pension, they got rid of the pension. The same people who, when you go for a raise, they say, well, if you want a raise, I wouldn't do that because I can replace you with an illegal immigrant. These are the same CEOs who eliminated the unions that looked out for your best interest. These are the same CEOs that cut back on business investment so they can do stock buybacks to move the stock price up, which hurts you because without business investment, you can't produce more and you can't get a raise. These are the same CEOs who shifted the money from increasing productivity, which you benefit and the country benefit, to themselves to do stock buybacks. But they're giving you a match, and you fall for it. Here's how they get the match back. There's 28 actually hidden fees. 28 hidden fees. 68% of the hidden fees are buried in administrative. Okay? This is where they bury the fees. Now, in 2012, the law was passed. They have to show you these fees. But because they're so powerful, the pension funds, the Wall Street mutual fund industry, which is part of your 401k, is so powerful, they were able to write the law so that you go and dig for it. Go ahead, take your 401k and try to find where the fees are. You have to have an education from Harvard and Yale and Princeton and Williams College combined. They make it so you can't find them and you can't understand them. So here they're buried in administrative. Now, the biggest place they bury them is in administrative fees under lawyers. They're the ones who draft legal documents and oversees all the regulation compliance. The next largest place where they bury them is under accounting and office administration, especially record keeping. Especially, they really bury them in record keeping. And under accountants who oversee the government audits of the 401k plan. Under administrative, there's investment fees, low fees, bid-ask spread fees, variable annuity fees, morality fees, expense fees, administration fees, custodial fees. These are all fees that have sublayers of expenses that are buried mostly under administrative. Yes, there's a law, 2012. You're supposed to disclose them, but the way they disclose them, you can't even find them. So let me ask you a question. Why do you think these are nice people? They would give you something for free. They would match you. They don't match you. They take it away from you through these fees. 68% of the people don't think there's fees. They don't think there's fees. They take from you. At the end of the time, when you finish working 20, 30 years, you're ready to retire, you're missing 30% of your nest egg. 30%. But most people don't even know that because they don't think there's fees to begin with. This is the biggest skimming operation ever. So please, I know you will never meet, they were geniuses. You'll never get rid of your 401k. I get that. They were geniuses to do the match. But again, just think about that. If someone comes on the street to you and says, I'm going to match, you're a lucky person, I decide to match, when you put money in your retirement account, I'm going to match it, every dollar. You say, wow, what a wonderful person this is. Do you think these are wonderful people? You think they look out for you? You really think these people who destroyed a pension so they could make more money, a pension that used to be guaranteed by the government, used to be guaranteed you get that monthly check, there always would be money there for you. That's all gone. There's no guarantee at all. And remember, it was the responsibility of the CEO of the company to make sure they chose the investments for you. The first thing they did is got rid of that. You have to choose your own investment. Think how counterproductive that was. Under a pension, the deal was, look, you go work, you're a lay operator. You go be the lay operator, do the best job you can. You keep producing the best products for our company. And guess what? We got a guarantee for you. You're going to live the same lifestyle you come accustomed to while retiring as working. And we're going to guarantee you, the government, we've got a government to guarantee there's always going to be adequate money there for you. So you think these are nice people? They're going to give you a match? They don't give you a match. They take it right back. Look, I can't fix that. But here's what I can do. We can, on Saturday, at least help you understand how the market works. Understand the advantage of selling a stock short. Understanding the timing of it. When do you know it's time? You better start pulling back. You better stop putting more money in. Pull that money back and get ready. What do I do when the market goes down? Should I be in gold? Should I be in silver? Should I be in mining stocks? Or should I go to Coca-Cola? Or should I go to Pepsi? Should I go to defensive stocks? What should I do? What stocks do I look for when the market starts going down? Or do I just sit there and get tumbled? Do I just sit there like in my 401k, which I'm not allowed to do anything? I got to just let it get crashing and hope that it stops. That all ends. That all ends. See, the reason 80% of you lose money and only 20% make money in the stock market? Because you're hooked in. You're hooked like a heroin addict that you're getting matched when you're getting so screwed. It's the biggest skimming operation. Example, who picks out the mutual fund for you? In your 401k, the tax code, who sticks that in there for you? Which one do you pick? Do you pick it? Who do you always ask advice for? You always say, well, can you help me with it? They always make sure, the company always makes sure they have the worst mutual funds. because the worst mutual funds they can get for almost nothing, and they get huge kickbacks, and they share that kickback with the mutual fund company who provides it to the company, that mutual fund. The mutual fund industry was a cottage industry until they got rid of pensions, and they brought in 401ks, which is the biggest skimming operation ever. So look, the next time you see the markets down 1,000 points like last Monday, you should be happy. We're going to get you in that position. Oh, that's good. I'm going to make money on the way down. When it goes down 500 points, you say, oh, that's good. I'm going to make money. Because it's just as easy making money going down. It goes down faster, in fact. But for the first time, I'm going to know what makes it go down. I'm going to know what sets up a short market, why markets drop. I'm going to learn that. And then it's so easy. It's easier to sell a stock short than it is to buy a stock. Because when you buy a stock, you always got interruptions on the way up. People adding to it. Big institutions adding, then some taking some out. And there's always an interruption on the way up. On the way down, there's no interruption. Why? Because on the way down, they pull the bid, everybody panics, and everybody, just like a theater, somebody yelled fire. They just run like hell. And you position yourself, and you make that money on the way down. But you're going to learn, the most important thing, you're going to learn, when do I do this? When do I sell a stock short? When do I do this? And as the market's going down, here's the one you want to learn. Not only will I know, okay, now I'm going to take my profits and now I'm going to position myself for when this stock or the mining stock or Coke or whatever is going to come back. So you're in there first. This is what you're going to learn on Saturday. You're going to learn that you're going to get peace of mind on Saturday. If you can't make it Saturday, you have, again, it's 10 days. 2 weeks. It's archive for you. All right, join my gang, philsgang.com. Go to my site, sign up where it says Working Investor Group, and then why don't you join us on Saturday? $75. You can't make it? You have it archived for 2 weeks. You don't have to be there. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my